Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to our closing ceremony. I know that it has been amazing 2 days, and obviously some people are tired, some more than others. So I understand that that it's taking time from you and some of your energy to be here. But I hope that you just join us to celebrate and to close this event. We are really proud, very happy, and so amazingly grateful for your presence, for your thoughts, for your presentations, for your participation. So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate that. So we are going to try to be brief, but we also want to give some time to actually celebrate and honor our culture and to be able to mention of what it is that we are doing here. So it's amazing that we are now in our third symposium, really talking about mental health and social justice for our community. And it's so important to mention that we are part of the community, that we have the space to hear the voices of our community here in this symposium, and that you have the opportunity to interact with one another and to recognize that we are not alone, that in many cases it feels like that. And in many cases, we are the only ones of our kind in our spaces. So it's so important to know that there are more people out there and that we can make connections with each other. We can build relationships and support one another. So again, thank you for being here in our third symposium and just being part of this amazing work that we are trying to do with the Institute. We are really aiming and have the vision to be an epicenter of activities, project, networking, support to our community. And this event is one of our main events, the golden treasure of the events that we're doing. And it really encompasses a lot of the areas that we are working with in terms of really having global engagement, talking about language and social justice and advocacy, talking about education and training, a service to the community. So we really value this event because it really talks about who we are as an institute and as an Antioch Institute as well, with envisioning the Antiochian values. So as we close, we welcome Dr. John Fitzgerald, and he will have some words for us. We are so grateful that he is here. He is our, let me read your titles because you have so many, but thank you for being here. He's our CEO for Antioch University, New England, and Dean of the Graduate School for Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Cynthia, and I appreciate being part of the invitation to this event. I thought that Dr. Hipólito Delgado did a really good job with his presentation on social political development. Some really key points made in terms of where we are politically, socially, across the gamut. And so I don't know if he's joining us, but if he's not, we'll send my thanks to him for joining us through the electronic airways. And I'm not going to take too much time here, but I want to make sure that I acknowledge some of the people who've put a lot of time into this event. And all of this comes together over and above the 40 hours a day they do in their other jobs for the university. Like myself, we all have multiple titles and multiple responsibilities, family obligations, social obligations, and a lot of people are able to pull that all together to host this event. I know that many of you probably know Cynthia and Maria. They are really the power behind starting this, and the folks that really make sure everything comes together to be the great experience that it is and it was. And they've been supported this year by a couple other faculty. I know Beth Donahue, one of our faculty from the counseling area, volunteered this year, as did Amy Morrison from our art therapy program. I think she was just in the expo hall in one of those events there. There's a bunch of other people, and I'm going to try to just mention as many as I can. I know in terms of putting the expo hall together, which was experimental this year, but I think it'll be an integral part of this event moving forward. Pippin McDonald and Christine Forte from the library assisted in pulling all of that together. And then, of course, from all of the technology perspectives and anything that was done related to communications and all, Harold Hale and Ingrid Ingerson have done a great job supporting this event multiple years in a row. And of course, we have our mainstays in the Institute, Douglas Valdez, and our Institute assistant, Laura Brasino Cesares, helping with pull all this together as well. So thanks to all of those folks. Without them, and if there, I apologize in advance if I missed anybody. There's likely more people working behind the scenes, but I do want to draw everyone's attention to the importance of this event and the impact this event has had as more and more people experience the community when it comes together here. 3 years ago, the couple faculty in counseling and across the university came together with this idea, and it's been amazing at how all of this has come together. It was funded by a seed grant, by a very generous donation to our university, and it's taken off from there. The growth is pretty exceptional when you look at this in year one. Year one was a one-day event. We had about 80 participants and about 8 presentations. At that time, we had presenters and participants from USA and Honduras. Since that time, it has grown again exponentially. In year two, we had a 2-day event attended by 368 people, doubled the number of presentations, and had participants and presentations from folks in the US, Honduras, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. This year, a 2-day event, addition to adding the expo sites, we had over 400 participants and over 20 presentations. And I know we probably don't have all the demographics yet, but I'm guessing we at least have folks from the US, Honduras, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. Is there anybody else in the chat room? Any countries represented here that we didn't mention? I don't know who's checking the chat, but Cynthia?
I know we have a presenter from Colombia, and 2 of our students were presenting from Japan. They are in Japan, so their presentation were from Japan, streamlined from there.
There we go. The power of the modality of this event, reach as many people as possible, invite as many people as possible. And certainly when you follow who's been participating, this is just growing exponentially. Probably pretty soon it's going to be a week-long event, and it wouldn't shock me. But yeah, Cynthia and Maria probably might just faint thinking about that possibility. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming together here. And before I say my goodbye, we've had a really important partner from North Carolina that has been with us from the beginning, a Mexican, and I know they are celebrating their 22nd anniversary serving their community in North Carolina. So I just want to say congratulations on that. Appreciate all the work there, and appreciate you being an important partner. So with that, I will say thank you one more time and turn it over to Cynthia.
Thank you so much. And as this is a celebration and it's amazing, and now we have numbers to celebrate even more. So thank you so much for sharing those and for being here and joining us and giving support as part of the administration of this university. That is so important, and it makes such a huge difference. So thank you for that. And I want to, as we celebrate, we are talking about our experiences. So I want to open the floor a little bit. I don't know, Laura, I know that I'm just pointing at you, but I wonder if you want to say a couple of words from your experience in working with Latinx. I would really love to hear from you.
I am at my job right now, and it is a busy time, but I just want to say thank you, because as a Latin from Mexico, people that it is at your university, Latin Institute was a big difference. I was not alone. I was working with you. I was with the support, but also with a mission, like to knowing that we can help each other, as you very well explained. So I'm just saying thank you.
Thank you so much. I know I put you in the spot, but I really wanted to say thank you and to let everybody knows you. Laura was our institute assistant, and without her, we would have not have so many connections, collaborations, and people here, especially from Mexico. Thank you from the bottom of my heart on that. And also, as we celebrate, we always want to bring out art and part of the celebration of our culture and who we are as a culture. And today we actually have the amazing opportunity to hear from Dr. Angel Martinez. And he is really, really gracious and kind in being here with us and being part of this event. So thank you so much. He is a poet, a professor, and a musician. He is in a PhD in leadership and change at Antioch University, and let's see, sorry, in poetic inquiry, and is in Puerto Rican stories. So it's so good to have you here. He's also a teaching faculty member of the AU Online. And it's just amazing to have you here. So if you want to say a little bit more about yourself, feel free. But thank you so much for being here and for you sharing your talents with us. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. And thank you, Ingrid. I know you've been doing a lot of coordinating work, and great to see everybody here. Welcome to this great celebration. By the way, this is not a background photograph. I'm actually at a Puerto Rican-led garden over in Lower East Side of Manhattan, New York City. I'm gonna have to get out of this after I read this, because the rain's going to come down for those tropical storms. But one thing I do want to say, when I was graciously asked by Douglas to join today's commemoration. I was thinking a lot about what I wanted to write about. Then I realized that there were a couple of Puerto Rican healers that were very active in two very different areas. One was a poet, the other was part of the Puerto Rican independence movement. And I couldn't choose who to write about, so I ended up combining them both, because there is a bit of overlap in what they do. So I'm going to read first in Spanish, and I'll read it in English, and hopefully the rain won't be so bad. And I have to say, I've just recently been appointed teaching faculty at Antioch. I've been adjuncting at Antioch after I graduated here almost 7 years ago. So it's great to be able to be here, and I really appreciate the love and support. And congratulations on a great symposium. Definitely well deserved. So the two people I have in mind are Dr. Julio Jose Ana, independentista, and Dr. William Carlos Williams, one of the first, not the first poets in the English language of Puerto Rican descent. So I want to commemorate Curar por los artes, curar por la liberación. En las páginas de nuestra herencia hay palabras dichas en los nombres de nuestras vidas, conocidas y desconocidas. Queremos dar un homenaje a nuestras y nuestros próceres en el arte de curar, de escribir y de liberar, a forjar una historia completa. Ofrecemos cuentos de las obras poderosas del doctor Julio José Ana y el doctor William Carlos Williams, dos médicos boricuas en la lucha. Ana en lucha por la libertad, Williams en palabras por versos nuevos. Uno en Higilio, en Nueva York. Uno nacido cerca de las aguas de la catarata de Patterson, Nueva Jersey. Ambos acusados, ambos firmes en sus raíces. Ana en camino a la independencia con la nueva bandera de 3 colores. Williams en camino a la libertad con poesía. Vamos en sus caminos. Curar por arte. curar a la liberación. Healing for art, healing for liberation. In the pages of our heritage, there are words spoken in the names of lives unknown and known. We want to give homage to those who have come before us in the art of healing, of writing, and of liberating. To forge a complete history, we offer stories of the powerful works of Dr. Julio Oceana and of Dr. William Carlos Williams, two Boricua physicians in struggle. Ana in the struggle for freedom, Williams in the struggle for a new verse. One in exile in New York, one born near the waters of Patterson's Fall. Both accused, both firm in their roots. Henna in the road to independence with the new tricolor flag. Williams in the road to freedom with poetry. Gracias. Thank you. And by the way, I do want to say about the tricolor flag, it was Anna that led the movement to adopt the Puerto Rican flag as we know it today. Same as the Cuban flag with colors reversed, so that's what the reference is to. And W. William Carlos Williams highly influenced the Beat generation. And I work with new generation Beat poets myself, and just want to pay homage to them both. Thank you again. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity for let us hear you. And I hope that we continue being in touch and collaborate more in the future. So I'm sure we're going to see your face and your amazing talent with us later on. Thank you so much. Then to conclude, we are going to have two things. One, I'm going to give space to the co-founder and co-director of this institute, Dr. Maria May Gonzalez. And then after that, just because I think this third year, I'm a little homesick, I'm going to leave you with a video from my country with some music and a combination of a lot of different artists within one song. And as a really, really amazing collaboration of different artists, different type of music, different instruments, musical instruments, and different images of my country. So I thought it was a perfect example of coming together and doing something amazing as this institute is. So it's got a representation of this institute. And as I said, a little homesick of my own native home. So Dr. Gonzalez, take it away.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for sharing your video with us in just a bit. I just want to share a quote from the one and only Sonia Sotomayor. It's important for all of us to appreciate where we come from and how that history has really shaped us in ways that we might not understand. And I think about that while we're in this space, that we are learning more about where we come from, who we're in community with, but also the future. And I think there's that connection of how do we honor those who came before us? How do we honor where we're at in our own journeys as communities? But also, how do we set intentionality seeds for the next generation? A next generation will hopefully have things easier than many people have had in this space. A next generation that will continue the narratives and the stories and the gifts that our communities continue to provide for the world. A next generation that will take things and evolve and transform it in a way that would be beautiful and bring so much peace and transformation to this world. So I just want to thank everyone for being in this community with us and for your gifts in the last 2 days, your gift of your voice, your story, your skills, your contributions to one another, to your own families, to your community, for yourself. And just know we all learn from one another, and that's how we evolve. And that's how we will continue to do this great work of liberation. And I think that's what I heard a lot from our keynote today, is this work of liberation. And how we liberate ourselves is the power that we have in this process, in this transformation, in this journey. So let's hang on to that. Let's continue to move that moving forward, and also be back in this space a year from today, and keep doing the good work. So thank you, everyone. And I want to thank everyone as well. I think our Dean Fitzgerald did a good job listing so many folks and partnerships, and appreciated that. And again, this takes a village. Many cultural strengths that we have is community. We work in community. And I think that's why we're you see so many places of success for Latinx, Latinx people around the world. A lot that other communities can definitely join us and be by our side for. So with that, thank you. I wish you all the best the rest of Hispanic Heritage Month as well, celebrating our countries and a lot of history there. And again, our cultures and si se puede. Yes, yes, we can. Yes, we can. So with that, Cynthia, you ready to take
it away? I'll take it away.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I also put in the chat our website for those who want to explore more. You are more than invited to continue the communications, to create community, to invite everybody to think about next year and what do you want to present, and invite everybody to be part of this amazing event as well. Also, for those who are going to be in the ACES conference coming up in October, Dr. Gonzalez and I will be there. So I hope we can see you and say hi in person. We will love that. So just reach out and let us know.